Hi everyone, I hope you are all keeping well and enjoying the summer, especially those in Saskatoon where we're only going to get a few months of this before it's all cold again. So I'm Dr. Noni, I'm a family physician currently practicing in Saskatoon in Saskatchewan. And this video is long overdue, so I apologize for those who are waiting for it. It's on infertility, which is a very, very sore topic for many. Now, you know, most human beings want to reproduce themselves. It is the mandate, go and multiply, bring forth. And so everyone wants to have, well, not everyone really, because some people tell me they don't want to reproduce, they don't want to have children. But many people, it is a very important topic, especially for those in the Black and Asian communities, and even some Caucasians as well. Everyone wants to have their own child that looks just like them or like their spouse. And so it's a big dream for many people. And unfortunately, that dream hasn't materialized. I apologize for the noise. I'm at Pike Lake with many families behind me. So very apt for my topic today. So even the World Health Organization in April 2023, that's this year, were highlighting the issue of infertility. Unfortunately, it's something that affects anyone. The rich also can have difficulty having their own children, those in the middle class and those who are on the poorer end of the financial spectrum. Today, I'm hoping to address what the causes are, how you can help, and just give you some hope. So what we expect as doctors is that a couple trying to achieve a pregnancy will do so 86% of the time with regular intercourse about 3 times a week. Now, it's important to remember the 3 times a week because I have some couples who I've met who have been trying every day. That's not a good idea because you're basically not letting the sperm have time to regenerate and you're just wasting the opportunity. So it's best to sort of 3 times a week is about the average. I also have a couple who are trying to conceive and the husband works as a trucker miles away and didn't come home very often. I don't know how that's going to happen. So please be together, be present in the same house. Then you can have a better chance. So having said all that, so let's assume that you're all together, you're trying 3 times a week and it's still not happening. You ask me, doctor, why? Why is mine not happening? Well, there are many reasons. We always say in groups of 3. So a third of the time, it will be due to the husband. Something wrong with the sperm, and we'll come to that in a minute. A third of the times is due to the wife or the woman. And the third time is just due to, other factors. So what happens with I'm going to start with the male, so we get that out of the way. So with a male person who's trying to conceive or reproduce or father a child, the thing is, if the sperm is not of a good quality, if it's not moving fast enough, if it has many abnormal forms or is irregular shaped, or there's not enough viscosity in the semen, all this can affect the ability to reproduce a child. And so part of our test that we'll be doing, which I'll talk about later, we'll be assessing those very qualities for the male patients. For the female patients, the factors could be that there's not enough ovulating. So you're not having an egg being released that the sperm can fertilize. Or it may be that the egg is being released, but there's a blockage. So it's not going down the fallopian tube into the womb where it can be met by the sperm. Or it might be due to the fact that there's something inside the womb. So say a fibroid, which is in the endometrial cavity, a maybe quite big one, which affects implantation of the fertilized egg. So it doesn't really attach to the womb and then doesn't grow. And this could be due to several other causes. And then the other ones are things like, just unknown things, which, you're trying, you're doing all the right things, you've done all the tests, there's nothing wrong with the man, nothing wrong with the female, but still no pregnancy is happening. So those would be like our unknown. So having said all this, what do we do to solve the problem? I hear you ask. Well, the first thing is actually, after trying for a year, especially if you're an older woman, so over 35, I would say don't even wait for a year. If after 6 months it hasn't happened, come and see the doctor. Come and get help because we need to analyze. We're going to take a history. Are you even having regular periods? Are you ovulating? Is there an egg coming at the right time? Do you know your fertile period? Do you know when is the best time to increase your chances of a successful pregnancy? Have you had infections in the past or even currently like chlamydia or gonorrhea which haven't been treated and thereby causing blockage of the tubes and so you cannot get pregnant? And then we'll also be addressing the male factors as well. So it's always best for the couple to come together and make an appointment for each of them so the doctor has enough time to deal with the issues for you as a couple. And with the men, we'll be asking similar questions. So have you fathered a child somewhere before? Have you done this before? Or is this a primary infertility when neither of you have had any children? And so this is all a de novo case. If you've never had children before, so it's going to be primary infertility, then we're going to be assessing the quality of the sperm. We'll do that for both primary and secondary infertility. Secondary infertility is when you've had a child before, but maybe it's been many years and it's not happening for you guys right now. You really want to do that. So we need to just take the history, like I was saying earlier, find out what's happening with the man. Is he old? Are there any other, many can father kids till about 70. You know, you hear of celebrities doing that, but obviously things are easier when you're younger, right? So we want to find out if there are any medical problems. Are you even ejaculating? Is everything happening well? Is there a testicular problem, or is there an ejection problem for the male patients? So all these are things we need to ask, and they're quite embarrassing questions, and they're kind of quite sensitive. So we appreciate that. That's why it was hard for me to do this video, especially because I didn't have that problem. So I didn't have the personal experience of waiting on someone to have a child. But obviously I've gathered the experience by looking after couples, right? So after asking all the questions, then we begin to perform tests. So the basic test for the man is quite simple. Just produce a sperm sample, and then we'll teach you about how to do that. That's not for this video. And once that's done, we can analyze and see whether that's a problem from that end. And so we can put that to one side. And then for the female, you have more tests to do, because we need to do a hormonal profile to see if you're getting your hormones in the right amount they should be for different halves of your cycle. We also need to make sure that your womb has no barriers or blockages and things like that. So the initial test will be blood test, a pelvic ultrasound scan. And then as we progress with the female patients, it will be things like a hysterosalpingogram, and we're trying to inject a dye into your womb and see if there's a spillage through the fallopian tubes, and make sure that that tube is clear for the egg from the ovary to land into the womb, and then things can begin to happen. So there's quite a process with all this. But the first step is to actually come and see someone. Don't be ashamed. You're not alone. The WHO, the World Health Organization, has recognized this is a problem that affects everyone. So the rich have it, the poor have it, and those in between. And so do not feel embarrassed, just come and get help. I mean, I had a couple who came to see me. This was many years ago in England, actually, when I was practicing there. And the lady had been trying to have a baby. But the doctor who had seen her before me had just asked her to take some prenatal vitamins. And she just began to do that, getting her body ready to receive a baby. And then she conceived naturally. And she was very, very happy. So there was no need for all these long processes. So the point is, you may just come and see someone. Even just talking about it sometimes just takes the pressure off the couple. You can get some advice, e.g. not having intercourse every single day. Who does that anyway? And then, so things like that. So you just little things that you may not even know are a problem, right? And you can come and see us, and we can just point you in the right direction. And then, if we do the primary investigation, certainly in England, you have to see your GP first before you can be referred on to the primary, to the secondary care, beg your pardon, who are going to do the hysterosalpingogram. And then if you need to